चलिए, तो ये हो गए ट्रेड्स। एक एक ट्रेड हमारे जानकारों से लेंगे, लेकिन पहले बात कर लेते हैं ब्रिगेड एंटरप्राइजेस की। ब्रिगेड के केस में हमने देखा है कि नतीजे बहुत ही जोरदार रहे। आय 2 गुना हुई, मुनाफा 3 गुना बढ़ता हुआ, एबिटा में तगड़ी ग्रोथ रही है, मार्जिन्स बढ़कर आए हैं। Q4 में प्री सेल्स का आंकड़ा देखेंगे तो वो करीब करीब 46% बढ़ा है। ये 2149 करोड़ पर आया। अब यहाँ से आगे FY25 का साल कितना बेहतर लगेगा, उस पर ब्रिगेड ग्रुप के प्रद्युमन कृष्ण कुमार हमारे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं। प्रद्युमन, थैंक्स फॉर टेकिंग टाइम आउट। बहुत ही मजबूत तिमाही, इट्स बीन अ वेरी गुड क्वार्टर। गिव मी अ सेंस ऑफ whether FY25 will also turn into be a great year.
Morgan, thank you for having me on your show. So we've had a very good FY24, and like you already displayed some of the numbers. Strong numbers as far as revenue, EBITDA, the margins, everything have turned out very well. Similarly, with our pre-sales numbers too on the real estate side. As far as the outlook for FY25 goes, I think we continue to be bullish in all our segments, in fact, not just the residential vertical, which has done very, very well for us. We've clocked 7.55 million square feet in the last financial year, and about 2.72 million of that in the last quarter. So we expect to have a healthy growth over these numbers for FY25. Typically, we don't give guidance, so I'm not mentioning a number, but we expect a healthy growth as far as the real estate segment goes. In terms of our lease revenue business, which is our office and retail space, again, FY24 has been a standout year. We grew about 25% in terms of revenue in FY24 as against FY23. So we went from about 750 crores to 940 crores in FY24. That's been on the back of very good leasing of our SEZ spaces. In fact, some of our own conversations in the past have had some concern on the SEZ space leasing, and I'm happy to say that over the last 2 years there's been tremendous focus on it. We've been able to lease all the SEZ space without denotifying any of them, and we've seen that translate into the lease revenues now. There's of course always a lag between leasing a space and commencement of rent. So that commencing of rent has hit in FY24, and we can see the numbers thereof. Similarly, in the hospitality business too, we've continued to grow on the back of strong domestic demand, and in FY25 we hope that this continues to grow with more international business also coming in.
And how have realizations fared? There's been a slight softness, if I'm not mistaken. Was it a one-off, or realizations are likely to taper from here onwards?
No, ma'am. So if you look at the full financial year, we have actually grown by over 20% as far as price realization goes. In the last quarter alone, there has been a little bit of a softening. That's primarily due to the product mix. It has nothing to do with the sales of any particular project or the price increases in those projects. It's just a question of product mix. We had some amount of plotted development which came in for sale in Q4, and therefore, and typically they don't do 8,000, 9,000 rupees a square foot. They range more in this thing of about 5,500 to 6,000 rupees, and that's the only reason why you see that. Otherwise, we continue to see healthy growth in price realizations. As I mentioned, for the full year, we've gone over 20%, maybe 23, 24% as far as price realization goes. And we expect that to increase. In fact, in this financial year, we've planned about 12.5 million square feet of launches in the residential vertical, and many of that has products priced higher than normal in our portfolio. So you will see as while I don't have a number for you, you will see an increase in our price realization in this fiscal year too.
Okay, so these launches are spread out through the year, or we are likely to see them perhaps in the second half of the year itself?
It's spread out through the year, maybe a little more in the second half of the year, but it is spread out through the year across Bangalore, Chennai, and Hyderabad. So of the 12.5 million square feet, about 7.5 is coming from Bangalore, and about 3 million from Chennai, and about 2 million square feet from Hyderabad. So these are spread across all 4 quarters, but more in the second half of this financial year.
तो आप लोगों का प्लान क्या साउथ इंडियन मार्केट्स पर, जहां पर आपका अच्छा खासा पकड़ है, उधर ही बने रहने की है, और यू लुकिंग टू एंटर न्यू मार्केट्स, प्रद्युमन, इन FY25?
So we continue to focus on Bangalore, Chennai, and Hyderabad. We believe there's a lot of depth in these markets, a lot for us to do in these markets. We want to consolidate and grow our positions in both Chennai and Hyderabad. Bangalore, of course, is based. We do very well here, but we also want to, and while that will continue to grow, we want to do more in Chennai and Hyderabad. So these three cities continue to be our focus. While there is this constant question about Mumbai in particular, of NCR too, but Mumbai in particular, we have at this juncture not taken a call to move to these cities.
Okay, point taken. Good luck to you for FY25, and we'll keep talking to you through the year as well.
Thank you. Always a pleasure.